Miranda Priestley, terrifying to some people. She just pisses me off, man.
I know.
You know, at some point, yeah, maybe you have to work for her, but pull her aside and say, bitch, I'm trying to help you. You know, no, stop. So this movie was 20 years ago,
If I'm not
Martin?
mistaken, I read something that said that the last one was 2006.
Is that true, y'all? Is that when the last one came out? The chat will let us know.
Doesn't feel like it was.
Man, that's even more horrifying. Yeah. Yeah, it's 20 years old, people. Yep, 2006.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was like 10 years ago.
Right?
Man, what were we doing in 2006?
2006, I don't know.
Were we doing Spill? Were we still doing the Access show?
Ooh.
Boy, that time flew like
we
crazy.
Let's see. We dropped the Access show around 2002.
2000.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
It was 2005?
Yeah, I think it's 2005.
Okay.
So, damn, I guess we
Yeah.
were in the next phase of our life. And start out with this thing right here. Boy, I saw that and I did not like it. This movie was just not for me because it's one of those movies that made me mad.
Oh. What made you mad about it?
I just don't like a movie where they say this person should be idolized for being shitty.
Oh. Yeah, but you love Whiplash.
No, I don't like that dude. I know. You talking about J.K. Simmons?
Yeah.
Hell no, I don't like that dude throwing chairs at people.
Really?
No, listen.
You've been known to throw a chair or two.
So I know. You know what? I looked at that and that's when I learned that's wrong. Don't throw chairs at people.
You weren't like, no, but y'all, you got to see, he's trying to shape a genius.
Yeah, no.
And your boy, Training Day, Alonzo, you loved him.
I do, because it's a great performance. But that guy, yeah. When he got his ass shot at the end of the movie, I was like, you goddamn right. Somebody better come in and light his ass up. So a couple of things here. Yeah, I threw a chair, but I didn't throw it at anybody. I threw it at a wall. Threw it the opposite way, made sure people were safe. 2, that dude got what exactly he deserved. He's great. I love him, but you know what? No, I didn't like him at all, man. And her, I wish somebody had shot her ass at the end of the movie. I wish the Russians had pulled up and shot her ass, blew her away. Yeah, it was just not my movie because they kept saying, you know what? She's just trying to teach Andy, who's played by Anne Hathaway. Mm-hmm. She's just trying to teach her put the pressure on her so that she can live up to her potential. And I was like, no, that's bullshit. Get out of here, man.
Well, I know like the whole thing, she's dressing her down, like, giving her the history of fashion and all that. So see, don't turn your nose up at fashion. But it was all said and done. I was like, that was a nice speech, but this shit still doesn't mean anything.
It means nothing.
Yeah.
It means that was the message. Mm-hmm. I thought Stanley Tucci, who plays Nigel,
Nigel.
I thought he was gonna come in and tell her and be like, you know what? I thought he was gonna come around and be like, yeah, you know what? She is a bitch. Even he was just like, well, if you can't handle the job,
right?
I was like,
no, I hate that attitude with jobs where it's like, yes, we treat you like shit, but only if you're a part of the elite. You can handle it. I worked for a dude like that, and he would do that with all those interns and young employees, and I would just shake my head.
Yeah, see, I didn't like it here. Go get me the Harry Potter book before it even comes out, and run across the city and get it back to me in 15 minutes. I was like, bitch, fuck you.
Yeah, right.
No, that's cruel. Mm-hmm. And plus, I think the fashion world kind of reflects that attitude, at least in these movies, man. And I just didn't like it. So now we have this movie here, 20 years later, Jesus. And
things have changed.
Things have changed, and things have changed for Runway, the place that Miranda Priestley, she runs. Technology has come into the picture 20 years later. Mm-hmm. Print is out. Mm-hmm. Runway's all digital. And Miranda's up for a promotion, except there's this huge scandal that happened. In fact, people out there making memes about her. They're using AI to come in and make fun of her. She's caught in this big scandal where her company, our Runway, was involved with some people who are running sweatshops. And they think, bitch, you was in on it. You knew it. And now, years later, Andy, who used to be Miranda's assistant, oh, how crazy life is. They are reunited when her newspaper publication shuts down. To be honest with you, I got to the movie a little bit late, but I know some people getting laid off in the publication field.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't she like a crack shot investigative journal?
Yeah.
Like winning an award, and then they're like, yeah, but this is the last thing you're gonna get because we're laying people off.
Oh yeah. So she's laid off. Miranda is in trouble. So they're getting her to come in and write some pieces to, like, you know, improve the company's image, if I have this all correct. But of course, some things never change. Miranda's still crazy. Emily, who used to be the rival assistant, they have to seek her for some help now because she puts ads in, you know, and that's what they're running off of now, ads, even in the digital space. Emily's working for Dior, and she's demanding now, since your image was tarnished, you're making me look bad, so now you got to give us a little something. You know, everybody's coming back together for one shitty reason or another, man. And that just makes Miranda more rough, Emily more shrewd, and again, it's putting Andy back in a position where everybody's just, well, as I said, shit just rolls downhill, and she's catching hell for it.
Oh, dang.
Why would she want to put herself in this position?
20 years later, huh?
20 years later, still going through that. So,
she's almost 50.
yeah, and they're acting like an intern, accepting the treatment that an intern would get. Oh, can Miranda and Andy finally work together for the common cause of helping each other? And can Miranda just stop being just an asshole, just a bitch of a person? Well, let's go ahead and look at this trailer for her.
Let's hope so.
Even better, do I finally like this series? Have I turned around? Is the sequel better than the original? And I've changed my tune. Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for The Devil Wears Prada 2.
All I need to do is bide my time until you fail. Won't you take the train, dear?
I'll show up late.
She ain't changed.
Jeez.
Yeah. You ain't changed a bit.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
You definitely need an embroidered two-piece totem set, but not the terracotta because you're so pale.
Nobody can just be nice, man.
Right.
Everything has to come with an insult, so to just make yourself feel superior over somebody else. And that's why I say that this. Listen, y'all. This is just not my movie. Okay, this is just not for me.
You didn't turn around on this one? I thought maybe you would, because it is digging more into the reality of these industries now. How they're on their back foot.
They are, but the people don't change.
Oh.
You know, listen, okay, so here's the deal, y'all.
I mean, I read about how Miranda has a fly coach now.
And that's bullshit. Miranda would never fly coach, all right? I mean, she'll scrounge up some money to at least fly business class. I saw that in the movie. I was like, bullshit. And take the middle seat too?
Yeah.
No way in hell.
Yeah. What, an extra $55 to not sit in the middle?
Yeah. No, there's no fucking way. She's sitting up there talking about ordering a snack box and riding coach. And also, the movie makes people who ride in coach look stupid. You know, hey, they just make you look like what do you call it? Peasants. You know, like she asked for your finest champagne, and then the students are like, oh, we don't serve that in this compartment right here, this class right here. And then there's somebody else who's like, but you can get a snack box here. It's like, okay, there's a dude sitting next to her eating a.
I like to see this. I'll just sit back and let you describe it to me.
Man, there's a dude sitting next to her eating a sandwich just overstuffed with tuna, and of course he's eating it like, oh.
All right, that's bullshit. They don't overstuff those sandwiches with nothing.
No, hell
it's
no.
mostly bread.
Hell no. Why? Okay, so that's how bad things got. There's further cuts over at Runway, and they're like, okay, so no more private cars. You got to take Uber now. Oh, and as far as travel, and next thing you know, she's walking by business class. And even then you're thinking like, oh shit, yeah, business class. Oh man, she ain't used to this. And no, she walks to coach. And I'm like, bullshit. Look, you could at least do a economy plus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I was like, nah, I'm not buying that right there. And I'm not even trying to support her, but I'm like, girl, you know you can do better than this. I do better than this. Shit, I don't even fly coach when I don't have to. Shit, I get at least economy plus, man.
And I do think you can order sparkling wine in coach.
unless she's asking for something that, you know,
Right,
like
right.
a $5,000 glass of wine, you know, just like, of course you're not going to get that.
Yeah, well, you might not even get that in first class.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. But not, man. Listen, this is just not my thing.
Yeah.
Really. This kind of movie, and I'm being fair because I'm not trying to sit up here and criticize the movie either, man. Based on, you know, my taste, because I don't like fashion. For people who love fashion, this is your film. This is something you enjoy. For me, with fashion, people seem shallow. They seem judgmental. I don't like name brands. I might even sound judgmental with this, but I find it vapid when people define themselves by a label.
Sure.
Or the price of a bag. You know, I find this conformity based on materialism. It just doesn't appeal to me. So when I see it in a movie,
It's kind of gross.
It really is. You know, there's a point in the movie where they actually say, and I can't, but it's hard for me to tell if they're being serious or doing a parody of it. They're talking about how women define themselves by a $3,000 bag and by the name or the label on the product, and that makes them feel good. And I was like, no, that's harmful.
Right.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Can we ask the homeless woman how she defines herself?
Well, those 7-Eleven bags.
Single mom with 2 kids. How do you define yourself by a $3,000 bag?
Yeah, and that's, and so see, that's that movie where there's a lot of cameos and appearances in here from the fashion world, and people who love fashion, you know, when they see those kind of things, man, that is what they are going to love about this. All the cameos, all the appearances by fashion designers and representatives of big labels and names, those things mean nothing to me. So that is something where, again, that's over my head, man. I don't. That doesn't appeal to me. I don't like the characters in this movie. I can't find humor in mean people. Now that doesn't mean that I can't find entertainment in bad characters or mean characters. You know, I think that I like watching movies where, again, the characters are, they're not being protected by the film or other characters in the movie. You know, they're not being protected. The movie's not being so protective of a shitty person, and that's kind of what they do here, man. It's not enjoyable for me to see that. It's frustrating. I hate Miranda Priestley, man, or Priestley. You know, I spent most of this movie saying, I wish that bitch would talk to me like that. Now, if I had to work for it, I wouldn't have a choice but to take it.
Yeah.
But being that I don't, and I wouldn't be, and at the person I am right now, I would never work for somebody like that, man. Or I'll be fired by telling them off. It irked me watching Andy come in and just, again, be so protective of her. And that's what's going on in the movie. You know, when Miranda Priestley finds herself in hot water, Andy comes in, and yeah, she has a self-interest in this because now she's got to protect her position. But there's so many times where they're like, oh my God, we got to help Miranda. Miranda's in trouble. And Miranda will look at, and then Miranda will come in, look at her and be like, don't concern yourself with this. This doesn't concern you. Go home. And it's like, why? At some point, yeah, maybe you have to work for her, but pull her aside and say, bitch, I'm trying to help you. Now stop. And that's just me. For people who watch this movie, it makes total sense for them. I don't like that kind of dynamic.
Right.
And just watching, and Miranda, who's supposed to be Andy, who's supposed to be a stronger person now, to see her still,
kowtowing
and stuttering when she's around Miranda, I'm just like, come on, girl, you got a little more leverage right now. They need you. Step up and say that.
Yeah. So that doesn't happen?
Not really.
Not to a satisfactory degree.
Not for me. Not to the point where there's no come to Jesus talk, which is what I want. But it worked. Listen, the dynamic, and I said is, these relationships and these personalities, they work for other people, and that's cool, man.
He said that that we need to, Runway needs to take control of the narrative of the Speed Pass.
Spit it out!
I was about to say the same thing. And even Stanley Tucci looked and said it just with his eyes.
You just cost Cornell summa cum laude her job. First in her family to go to college.
So cruel and so dismissive.
I didn't do shit. You picked up that phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, trying to gaslight her and put the blame on her, and it's like, oh man, that's what it is with Miranda. She's always been dismissive to me, and some people have found humor in that. I just don't. I'm not criticizing other people for enjoying that. I just don't. And you know what? Man, I'm just not the demographic for this. Do you know what I mean?
Have you noticed lately that movies are just narrow casting?
Yeah.
Like everything is for this niche or these fans. And it used to be you could have a movie that catered to people who were into whatever that is, but it would also kind of like initiate people who weren't into it and make them feel like they were being brought in, like they would start to understand it, like, oh, I didn't get this before, but now I do. Oh, it's kind of cool. I see it a different way.
Think like Pretty Woman, man.
Yeah. But, lately, I just noticed like so many movies are just not doing that anymore. They go like, this is our fan base and we're catering specifically to them.
Yeah, and this movie is very much, and then I guess has always been for that fan base and that narrow niche, man. Like I said, it's very much about the fashion world, and people just accept that. People in the fashion world, I guess, are sociopaths like this woman is.
I mean,
because everybody's dismissive. Everybody's ready to judge you and look down on you upon what you're wearing.
Right. And I just wonder, like, do people watch this? And with Miranda, it's a power fantasy. Like they imagine being her.
And that says something crazy about people if that is the case, because she's cruel.
Right. But everybody, they bend over backwards for her. She just says a few words and she cuts people, and they're like, ooh. And like, in the back of your head, it's like, oh, I wish I could do that. I have no power at work, but I wish I could do that.
Or, people don't want to be like that. They worship people like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
Somebody who's strong and seemingly confident, they want to worship them. Man.
Yeah. And somebody in chat got it right. It is a satire on fashion, but again, it's just like I said, it's just something I don't find amusing. But okay, you know what? I will say this though.
Is it a satire? Because it looks like they're pretty serious about it.
And I can it's still a comedy, and I can say it's a satire.
No, it's a comedy. I get that.
But I just don't, like I said, I think it's a satire, but they are very much more accepting of this kind of dismissive and, like I said, just cruel behavior, man, and judgmental behavior. Maybe I'm looking into it too much because I'm not the demographic for this. There's obviously a female demographic for this.
Now, is this a thing where you have a character who is cruel, they're an asshole, but at some point they have a comeuppance, or they show their vulnerable side?
Well, that's what happens with the film later on, more than in the first one, I think. Because I did start to like the performances, even though this movie's not for me. And this is going to lead up to what I'm telling you right now, because I did like the performances, man. I don't like these characters, but I did like them better than the last. And I think that even as much as Andy was stammering and stuttering right here, she still has a little more take charge than she did before.
Okay.
Like I said, she's got a little more leverage than she did before. Not a whole lot, but she's better than she was. To me, I just found it kind of, all of them unbearable in the first movie. Meryl Streep. I mean, listen, one of the reasons why I can't stand her is because she does her job well here, Yeah. She's great in the role.
Yeah, and I know she's like 70 years old, but she looks pretty good.
And she looks amazing. She ain't got, man, whatever they did to her in this movie, she's hot. But that's another thing. I think Kenneth Branagh is her husband.
No, he was married to Emma Thompson.
Was he?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about in the movie. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, okay, sorry.
No, I think Kenneth Branagh is in the movie, unless I got some other British. Let me make sure, man. Let me make sure that dude's in the movie before I sit up here and be. Yeah, Kenneth Branagh plays her husband. Mm-hmm. And boy, he's just as sweet as can be. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. Like, how are you married to this unless she just got you by the balls the whole time, unless you just henpecked?
Or unless she's just not like that at home. Yeah. I mean, there's sort of that, abusive partner mindset of like, yeah, I know they're an asshole, but they're not like that all the time.
Well,
you don't know them. You don't see what they're like.
Together they seem sweet, but it's like, you could tell his ass is probably abused too, because he don't say shit. You don't ever sit back and be, hey, baby, that wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, when she starts going crazy, like, oh, gotta walk the dog. I'm like, all right. You a bitch too. But no denying, man. She's effective at that role. She's amazing in that role. I will give you that, and that's one of the reasons why I really don't like her, because she's so good at it.
Sure.
Stanley Tucci. I actually love Stanley Tucci, man.
I mean, how can you not?
Listen, he's got for me, that character has the perfect balance. He's a little bit of Miranda, but he's also, in his own way, kind.
Well, I saw just yesterday a breakdown by this prominent voice actress, and she was taking their first movie, and she was just going through the characters and like just talking about their vocal inflection, just breaking it down. Like this character talks this way, and Stanley Tucci talks this way because he's all warmth, and then she's nervous energy, and this, and it was fascinating to watch. I was like, yeah, I'm not even that into that movie, but watching her breakdown. It made me like give a new appreciation. It's like, yeah, don't care for the subject so much, but these actors are what bring it.
Yeah, no, that is true, man. And I actually think you're right. Stanley Tucci, man, his voice is just, he has a warmth to his voice, his mannerisms, and he's not
showy. He's not showy,
and he's also. He is putting on a show. He tries to act like he doesn't care.
Oh yeah,
but he does. He's got this hard defense set up. He's got this real, this whole thing. He's trying to act nasty and trying to be mean like Miranda, but he likes her, and I actually like that dynamic with them, man. I really loved him in the movie. And I'm gonna say that probably by the third act, I was kind of pulled in at that point. And that's because that's where characters start to be, even more so in the first movie. Everybody's starting to be humanized. Everybody's starting to break down and at least show some sort of vulnerability, some shred of kindness. Emily Blunt in this, man. She's in the movie. I didn't like her in the first one because she was so competitive. And she was shrill. She was so shrill. You're right. But in this one right here, man. Let's see if I can find Emily Blunt over here somewhere. She's her and Andy are starting to actually become close with each other. Let me see. You can even see it. Just that frame alone says what kind of person she is. But her and Andy start to actually break down the walls and kind of connect with each other. After their whole rivalry. And it's fun watching them get together, man. And by the end, everyone seems to have grown up a little bit. I like the way it wrapped up. And even Miranda, man, Miranda is finally getting her comeuppance in a way. She's in a rough circumstance. She's in coached. I was like, good. Even that's bullshit. But, there's a point where even she, she's having to somehow become more of a person. She's actually learning to be humble.
Really?
Yeah, she's being humbled by her situation, and I actually kind of like that. It's also it's and by the time it wrapped up, I was like, all right, you know what? It took a while. It almost took the end of the movie, but I kind of like everybody now.
Okay.
In a way, and it's a good looking film too. Typical studio gloss. They got money. They can make a good looking film. But when they start traveling to certain locations here. They go to Milan, and the architecture, just alone the way they shoot it is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So still, it's not a movie for me, as I told you, but I recognize the movie that it is for other people out there. For myself, it's a high rental. But if you love these characters from the first film, and you're still invested in them. You still want to see what they're up to. You still like this world. I highly recommend you see it then. I think that they're more developed here. I think there is some personal growth on these characters. Maybe it took a while for me. But, I don't think there's any reason why you wouldn't love it more than you did the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's a little kind of flimsy story, but,
yeah,
maybe the first one was too.
Yeah, I can't even remember what the story was with the first one.
I can't either. I just remember she tried out to be an assistant and got treated like shit.
Yeah. And her boyfriend, Adrian Grenier, kept saying, why don't you quit that job?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, yeah, listen to this dude. And guess what? He ain't back.
Well, I think they break up by the end of the movie.
Yeah, I think so too. Nah, man. Like I said, man, these characters, if you love these characters, you're going to continue to love them here. And I think you'll even like them better. I think you like the way the relationships kind of shift and the dynamics change. And yeah, there's no reason for you not to see it. I don't know what to tell you. I can't tell you what the rating would be for you. I don't know if I'd say full price or whatever. But I do recommend it for everybody out there.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
And I did like it by the end. A little. Okay. Miranda broke me down.
All right. I expect to see it on your best of list.
Yes.
List at the end of the year.
The best of the worst. Nah, it was all right. I was mad when I got in there. By the time I walked out, I was like, calm your ass down. So,
This movie ain't hurt you.
no. You ain't do nothing to nobody. Shut up.